Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg, and I am going to go over the long-term and short-term time frames of Fantom. I like Fantom, but right now, guys, Fantom is I don't want to say it's a ghost chain, but just to put things in perspective, there are about, I think there's almost 10 times the amount of users on Solana and on Matic than there is on Fantom. Okay. And that's important. That's important to the cryptocurrency market, in my opinion. Out of all the fundamental information that you're going to look up on a coin, I think one of the most important aspects of it is to how many users are hanging out on there, especially right now. Matic, Solana are looking really good. And Fantom is a lot less. But to put it in perspective for you, there are coins that are people that are bullish on that have even less users than Fantom has. I'll give you two examples, Polkadot and Near Protocol. Last time I checked, you could check my data on that. If I'm wrong, leave a comment below about that. So what I'm going to do, somebody had asked me to go over longer term time frame of price projections on Fantom. And it's very, very difficult. I mean, you talk about $25. $25 is going to be a few years off, in my opinion. That's a massive move for Fantom, guys. I mean, from 22 cents to $25, that's huge. That's like 100x, 200x or something like that. But the thing is if let's look at this reasonably, okay? If Fantom makes nice waves, okay? So I go back here, like what I did. I'll tell you what I did with Fantom. You know, right in this area, exited out of Fantom, and it came back down here. I rode this B wave up at $1.30 and I exited at $3. Okay. So it came back down. And then I flipped on Fantom and I shorted Fantom back down. Okay. And I told people about this right in this area. And then especially right here at $1.60, I said, guys, it is setting up for the dump. I have videos about that. I told you guys, dump. I said, target now for Fantom is 80 cents. Kept dumping. I started looking at the waves. I said, oh man, guys, it's not looking good. Target now for Fantom, 50 cents. And I could go on and on. I don't want to draw it up, but now it's at 22 cents. So I was hated. I mean, literally, people hated my guts for telling them it was going to go down. I was trying to help them out and say, look, flip and short it so you can make money instead of losing money. I was trying to help them, but I was hated for that. That's how the markets work, typical. So now I'm down here with Fantom and I'm flipping bullish. And, you know, now it's a hated coin. What are you doing, man? You flip it bullish, man. Are you out of your mind? You know, Fantom's got to go to 2 cents, something like that. So, as usual, it's a flip now. It's a flip, okay? So here we go with Fantom. Now, to explain my chart, parallel channel that I have on here, right, guys? So here's the deal. This to me gives off the characteristics of, this is obviously the wave run in there, but it gives off the characteristics in this weekly RSI data, like this is some type of third wave. And Fantom had confused me a little bit. I made previous videos about that. It's not making much sense if you're just counting this as a 1-2, and you can't do that, and it's going into a third wave. That is a possibility. However, there's some data down back here that doesn't make sense with the wave structure. So in my opinion, I think it's all going together. And then if you take a look at the momentum indicator, you see it's way down here, okay? Even though the price is up here. So Fantom, you know, Fantom on the chart is 0.0035 cents in this area, okay? And it was and went down. But the momentum indicator is telling you like it started at 0, more or less, okay? So technically, the way the sequence works, these sequences work together. Even though Fantom is right here, this whole sequence works together throughout the whole period of time, if that makes sense, until it corrects the sequence, okay? So this whole thing is working together until it's finished with that sequence. That's why you have sequences always finish off. It's kind of like the S&P 500. The S&P 500 started in 1871 and went up onto a wave, and then all the way into 1929, and bam, and then started going up onto another wave, third wave, all the way up until the dot-com bust, and then bam, and now it's going up onto another wave, and it's going to complete that 5th wave, and that whole big cycle of the S&P 500 will be corrected, okay? So, and it's the same thing here, just on a smaller time frame. So my targets for Fantom on the if you want to say medium term time frame right now is up here just beyond all-time highs of $3.25, and then also to $3.94. Okay, but if perhaps, let's say, the Fed is going to keep raising interest rates 75 basis points. There's now rumors now they're going to stop and pivot in December. I wouldn't believe that. I would just, don't plan that into your trading strategy. I wouldn't do that. I always trade for what I think is, like, I go with the worst case scenario, if you will. Okay, worst case scenario is better to go with because it protects you. More going off, like, I think the Fed's going to pivot in December, and you start planning according to that. That's really speculative, very, very speculative. That could backfire quick. So let's say the Fed, Fantom's hanging out in here, does some stuff. If there's, like, the macro environment is, like, not that great per se, and interest rates maybe going a little bit up, maybe they're slowing up, there's not really a pivot. My target for Fantom is going to be just beyond all-time highs. Okay. There's a pivot or something in there. The Fed stops raising rates and they halt rates, right? Just even that. Then, the target would probably be like 490 or something like that. Or if there's something that's going on and they decide to go full quantitative easing or something somewhere down the road, then Fantom's target probably could be $7. Okay. And you're talking about a massive run that it is right now for 21 cents. And you're looking at, let's see, $3.84. That's 16x. Looking right there, that's $5.30. That's what is that? 23x. And then if it gets up to there, $8, let's say $7, $8, you're looking at a 30x. You're looking at a massive run, and that would not be unreasonable. Right here, that wave was 37x. 37x on that one. You see, here's another wave right here. Let's check this wave. You see that wave? That was 74x. I think that's right. Yeah. 10,000% is 100x. I got my numbers right? Yeah. See, like, these are huge waves that Fantom does. So the $25 target is not going to come more than likely for quite a few years, because here's what Fantom is more than likely going to be doing. Okay. So you have a wave here, something like this, more than likely, a massive third wave run like that. It's coming down right here, and it's going to go up, just say like that. Okay. More than likely, that's the sequence. Now, I could be wrong about that. My speculation on all this back here could be wrong. Maybe this is a 1-2 and it's going into a 3. I don't think so, guys. I don't think so. I think this is a whole wave sequence for Fantom. Just looking at the data and everything. You can even see, look at the volume right here, guys. You see the volume? Fantom, yeah, you see nothing down there. So now Fantom is going to correct this probably all the way back down there. So you take a look at these drops that Fantom did, right? Here it is, 96%. And then you take a look at this way. What did it do? This was basically 95%. So 95%. So Fantom is going to go into these areas, right? It's going to do another probably 95% drop. So let's say 95% back down to 45 cents. So if it ends there, it's going to go back down to 45 cents. So this would be the wave sequence, and it'll do another second wave correction. But the issue you could have here is you're not going to know the amount of time that this is going to take. That's why in cryptocurrencies, so you're going to run up. Let's say you have $1,000. You bought $1,000 worth of Fantom for 21 cents, and you ride this thing up to $4, right? And you make let's say a 20x. So you took $1,000, you took it into 20 grand. An asset like Fantom, you're going to want to exit out of that position. I would hope you would want to, because now you're going to do a 95% correction. So your $20,000 bag is going to turn back into almost back to $1,000. So your best strategy is to ride that wave up, flip, and short Fantom on the way down. You can go over to KuCoin and short Fantom. You can go over there and short it on the way down, just like so. And then you flip again and go back up. I know that's really easy to say, okay, because it's a lot harder to do actual life, actually doing it, but it can be done. You get confirmation and wait for something like this right here, and then ride that wave down. So that's what I would do with Fantom, and not so much concentrate. This is me, because I'm more of a swing trader mindset, more of the trader mindset with these assets. The amount of percentage or bag will go down with Fantom. Just like right here, when it was finished right here. If I would have kept my bag of Fantom up here, let's say I had 100 grand. I had 100 grand at right there of Fantom, and I'm keeping my bag. Now I have $5,000. I mean, that is the issue that I have with this, guys, is that is mentally devastating. Even though Fantom might turn around and go into $25. Do you know how mentally devastating it is to watch a bag go from 100 grand to 5 grand? It is, as much as the hodlers are like, oh yeah, let's hodl, right? Come on, man. You got to know, man. You see a bank account go from 100 grand to 5 grand, you're like, man, you don't even want to get out of bed in the morning, something like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what I would do. I wouldn't have a projection for $25. This is my take on it. I'm coming from more of a trader point of view and not a fundamentalist point of view. I like Fantom. Fantom, I think, is a pretty cool coin. You go over there and hang out on Spooky Swap and you do some trades and then they make all the other little part of the Fantom. I was in Tomb Finance. I was out there hanging out in there before it became popular. So it's pretty cool little coin. And I do agree with it, but I'm not going to hold Fantom long term. What am I doing right now? I'm buying Fantom. I'm accumulating a little bit of Fantom right now. So let's go into a 12-hour chart and take a look at the old Fantom here. So Fantom is struggling, guys. Like Fantom plainly made a nice wave off the bottom. This is a diagonal move, in my opinion. Okay, a bullish sequence, and it's in a correction. And this is not uncommon for a cryptocurrency like Fantom to do almost an 886. So it's hanging out at 786 logarithmic. It's almost hit 886. That is not, I would not say that that's out of line. It's a weaker coin. Unlike, say, Metis. Metis just did a wave 2 correction. It's hanging out at 618. Metis is a little bit stronger. What is it telling me? The people like Metis a little bit more. So it seems so far. I'm accumulating a little bit of Metis too. Take a look at A0 or left 0. It went up onto a nice wave and it's correcting not as deep as Fantom. It seems to me, just based off the chart and the Fibonacci levels, that the people kind of like A0. They have a little bit more hope right now, short-term hope in A0 than they do in Fantom. Okay. So just based off of this. But once this pops, once Fantom pops, it's more than likely it's going to pop. It's just going to take it a little bit more time to get out of there. So what do? I've got Fantom at 21 cents. Been getting Fantom, and this is the area. As long as it doesn't break the 19-cent low, it's good. It's good. It could be in here winding around. You can see it just slowing up in its momentum right there, guys. It's just slowing up, coming down to a bottom in that area for that wave. Just getting yourself ready and hang out in there for a little bit. So sometimes it's a patient waiting game, but the difference between picking up Fantom at 21 cents and picking it up at 30 cents, even in a minor wave run. So all Fantom right now has to do is go to, let's say, if it goes to 40 cents, if it goes to 42, 44 cents, you're already looking at 2x. Unlike somebody who's going to wait for the confirmation, now they're going to be picking it up, say, at 32 cents, now they're looking at just 20%. So it all depends on how much patience you have and your strategy. Me, I don't enter in everything. I just have a strategy. I like to get bottoms. It's more of a risky strategy. Of course it is, because there's no confirmation. This is anybody that's using, classical technical analysts will tell you, oh, this is just all bearish. It's just going down. True. However, the advantage to Elliott waves, I don't use only Elliott waves. I use Elliott waves to find these areas up on a 1, back on a 2. So to give you an example, this is what I do, here's a 1 and here's a 2, and it's going to go up into a 3. Okay. I like to jump into these third waves. Okay. Potentially third waves. All right. Is there a risk with it? Yes, of course there is, because you could be wrong in your count. Obviously, that's always a risk. All trading has a massive amount of risk. And as long as it doesn't break that low, there's a potential either for A, B, C, right? Or 1, 2, 3. So that's how I do it for the most part. You can do it going down 2. Goes down into a wave, back up onto a 2, and then a 3. And you enter in right here and ride that wave down. Okay. Easier said than done, but it can be done. That's why I'm picking up Fantom right here. risk to reward ratio to me from 21 cents to 19 cents. What am I risking? I'm risking right now 9%, 8 or 9% more or less with Fantom. All right, guys, that's the end of my video on Fantom. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.